Hello, my friends. Here I am. Oh my goodness, I have not done a vlog in forever. And my apologies on that. Life has been busy and I feel like I've been running around doing all kinds of things, but here I am. So I wanted to jump in here and just share some of my celebrations, let you kind of know where I'm at, how life is going, how I feel. The good, the bad, the ugly, I don't know, all that kind of good stuff. So to start off with, I am on 137 days, 137 days without sugar, without flour. I've had my 3 bright meals each day. I've written them down the night before. I've committed them, and then I've eaten exactly and only what I've written down on my food. That's just insane to start off with, I'll say that. But I have to say I am so much more at peace than I think I've ever been right now with what I've been doing. I feel fantastic. I have a lot more energy. Unfortunately, both my husband and my mother are going a little crazy because I have a lot more energy. I've lost a good amount of weight. This is not just about the weight, but I am getting closer and closer to 199 pounds. That is astounding as well. I do not remember, it's been at least a decade since I've been under 199 pounds and really not even too far under 199 pounds. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited about that. I am finding that this is getting easier for me. I do not have food cravings. I could care less right now if I had something that was sugar related or filled with flour or anything like that, which is odd because I thought that would be very difficult for me, but it's not. I love it. Do I have food chatter though? Yeah, I do. Once in a while I do, and sometimes it gets difficult. Sometimes it does pop up, but that's so far and few in between. I'll give you a couple examples. So both my mother and my husband still enjoy their sweets. And I don't know, probably around Easter time, there was some more sweets in this house than I'm used to having. And they were just all kind of sprawled out on the table. And it was really hard to just sit there and see all these goodies. And so I had to get up and I had to take a walk because it was just really overwhelming. And so what I did is I ended up having them get put into the cupboard so I didn't have to stare at all of them all the time. It doesn't bother me if there's a little bit sitting there, but when you have a mass quantity that is a lot of really good, yummy options, it makes it really difficult to just stare at it and want it. The other thing is I've done really well with eating out for dinner. Usually what I'll do is I will look at the menu the day before. So I'm always planning. If we're going to go out for dinner, I want to know where we're going, and then I can plan what I'm going to eat so I can write it down on my food journal. And I planned. I had not went to Mexican food very often because that is really a favorite food of mine, especially the chips and the queso. Just going to put it out there. And so just last week or so, I finally decided, yes, we can go eat at one of my favorite Mexican places. And I have been, over 100 days of eating clean and not having any issue. I did find that night it was a little more difficult for me because the chips and the queso were right there in front of me, and I did not give in. I did not give into that food chatter that said, oh, one chip's not going to matter, one little bit of scoop of queso is not going to matter. I stuck to my plan. But I had my emergency backup system or emergency backup plan in place. I reached out and I messaged both Ellie and Samantha just to say, hey, I'm not going to eat any food that's off my plan. I'm just telling you where I'm at and what's going on. And just be doing that allowed me to stay where I needed to stay as far as just eating what I had on my plate. I ate slowly, I drank a lot of water, and I tried to really concentrate on just the conversations that we were having. I made it through. That's really exciting. Now I'm looking ahead, and I know that summer is coming. That means more barbecues. That means more gatherings. That means vacation time. And I know that both my husband and I are going to be doing some guest ministry up in Canada. And so therefore that's going to look different as far as what is being provided. So I'm already thinking, what do I need to do? How do I need to take care of myself? And I think that's really the key. More than anything is preparing for anything, just preparing. Preparing the night before for what you're going to expect the next day. If you are doing that on a consistent basis, there really is freedom. I find it funny because Susan Pierce Thompson had talked about that, about how you'll find freedom by having your lines, your nice clean lines is what she calls it. And in the beginning, I thought, how does that even work? How can you feel freedom when you have all these restrictions? And yet I was so wrong in that thinking, because there is such a freedom. The food chatter, it goes away, it quiets down. You are not focusing solely on food. And that's basically has been my life. What am I going to get? What's going to be my next food? What's going to be our yummies? What's going to be for dessert? Oh, where are we going to go out to eat? Who makes the best pie or cake or goodies or whatever it is? That's been life. And so being able to push that aside and allow myself to write down what I'm going to eat, commit to it, and just stay with it. Like it's a whole new world that's opened up for me, and it feels fantastic. That's what's giving me a little bit more energy as well. So some of the other things I'm doing, which because I have more energy, is I am becoming a little bit more consistent on my rowing machine. I absolutely love that. I find that rowing has become a mental health therapy. It's been my mental health therapy, I guess is the best way to put it. I don't do it to try to lose weight or to try to do anything like that. It's just feels so good. And it feels so good to be able to actually move, because I struggled so much with being able to do that. And oftentimes I will put some praise music in, or just some great cardio jam music, or I don't. I just look out to see the birds and the squirrels, and I usually am doing it about anywhere from that 8 to 8:30 at night. So it is my evening routine. It is part of my evening habit stack as well that I try to consistently do. And yet I just feel so good. I come in like last night. I came in and I had put my earphones on and I cranked up some tunes. I had some good like hopping tunes, like some old style, oh gosh, like Pink and some Eminem and like just some real good stuff. Some, JT and so like really some high energy. CC Music Factory. That's so fun. Fergie, so fun. So it was just really some fun songs. And so I was really just going to the beat, having a good time. And I was sweating because, mind you, I live in the South. And so therefore the humidity has already picked up and it's getting pretty hot. So I was drenched in sweat. I mean, not just like, ooh, got some sweat. My face, my arms, my legs, I was just saturated. I walk in and my mom, she looks and she just goes, she doesn't get it. That's okay. I don't expect her to, but I felt so good. So I really encourage, when you get to that point where you're feeling automatic with the way you're eating, to take that walk, to do a little bit more, because it does just create more energy. It's like, it's hard at first, but then you get a little bit more energy and a little bit more energy and a little bit more energy. And it just is, it's fantastic. So overall, kind of some of my stats, I've lost over 70 pounds. Oh my gosh, it's awesome. I've taken off my body over 44 inches all the way around. That is amazing. I am much more limber. My mind is working clear. I feel much more connected to people. I'm much more intentional. I can stretch quite well now, which is wonderful. I do not have pain in my joints, in my muscles. I'm not fatigued all the time. My skin, I think my skin's looking better. I'm not getting all broke out. I feel healthier. I almost feel younger and vibrant. Oh gosh, what else? There's so many things. I bought myself, I gotta tell you this, I won't keep you very long, but I bought myself a pair of shorts. I only have had a couple different pair of shorts that I've been wearing that are kind of the stretchy shorts, and I really needed something. And so I went into the store looking for a pair of just kind of your jean, a little bit more stretchier jean material to pull on to wear. And I have a pair of slim jeans that are that way. And the size that I was going to get, which is like a 16-18, which is crazy for me to even say that, but that size, kind of that 16-18 size, is what I'm usually wearing in my jeans. And they're really comfortable, the stretchy ones I'm wearing. They didn't have any of those. So the only size they had is what they call a 0X, which is a 14 women's. I'm like, all right, so I know I'm going to get down into them someday. So I'll just go ahead and buy them. And I did. And so when I brought them home, I thought, why not? Let me see how far I can pull them up over my hips. I was able to put them on and I was able to wear them, and I ran down the stairs with so much excitement because I was like, oh my gosh, these are 14 women's. Sure, they probably stretch and they were really tight, but there are 14 women's. I can't believe I have that on my butt. I was so excited. That was pretty awesome. And then I'll leave you with this last one, and I will eventually do some pictures with me. In the beginning of my journey, and sharing with all my beautiful Bright Release, big Bright Release crew, beautiful women that I'm sharing and traveling along with this journey. The very beginning, we had some Zoom calls. And in those Zoom calls, we shared some of these outfits or things we really wanted to be able to get back into or get down into. And I had shared a couple sundresses that I really liked. And then in my closet is this one dress that my sweet husband bought me a few years ago. He saw it, he thought it was really cute, he thought I'd really like it, brought it home, and it's really cute. It's just a nice little sundress, kind of got a 70s flair to it. And I went to go try it on, and I knew it wasn't going to fit because I knew my body. And so I'm trying to pull it over my head and shoulders and trying to wiggle it down my stomach. I can't even get over my hips. I was embarrassed because I didn't want to tell him how I could not wear it. And I just said to him, you know, it's going to be a little bit of time, but I'll eventually get into it. And there was times that I didn't know whether or not I really was going to be able to. And so it was just a few days ago, and I'm changing my clothes from work, and I'm looking in my closet, and I see it hanging there. And I know that eventually, I'm thinking probably by the end of the summer, that I would be able to put this cute dress on. And so I thought, well, I wonder if I can actually get it over my hips now. So I pull it out, I take off my work clothes, and I slip my arms in because it's not anything just to slip over. So I slip my arms in, and I bring it down, and it just slips down. That made me cry. Because I didn't think at one point that I would actually be able to fit in that. And there was such a joy that came over me because I'm actually releasing this toxic gunk that's been holding me back. That has been my struggle. That has been my protection from being vulnerable in areas. That has been my numbing from eating and being emotional. That has been my fun fix. Just releasing that all off. And to be able to know that I could put it on and that it really looked cute felt so, so good. It's not about necessarily the weight. It's not really even necessarily about the body size, but it is about the mental and emotional and spiritual change and transformation that's happening, of just sincerely seeing who I am inside and what I can be, and that I don't need all this toxic gunk to hold me back, and that there is a healthy, bright, vibrant, hungry for life woman in this body. And I'm starting to see it. So, yeah, sorry, got all teary. But I just wanted to share that it's happening. It is really happening. And I just am so thankful and so grateful. And I praise God every day that He has given me the strength to continue to push through, even in my darkest times, in my struggle times, to push through and to transform this body into that temple, because He resides in me, and this is a temple that I need to honor and to cherish and to nourish so that I can be the best, loving, most kindest human out there that I can be. So with that, thank you so much, all of you, for continually journeying with me and seeing my transformation. And there's so much more to share. And like I said, I know it's been a long time, but I promise you that when I hit that 199, we are all going to have a major celebration. Keep going with me, ladies. Keep going with me, friends. Keep going with me, those that are just getting to know me. We're going to do this, and I can do this because I have that support from each and every one of you. So thank you so much. Have an awesome day. Have an awesome weekend. It's Saturday here for any of you who are curious, and it's the 17th of May, so 2024. I got to keep that all in there. So anyways, you all have a great day, and thank you so much for just taking the time to listen to me. So with that being said, I'm going to attempt to turn you all off here. Bye.